And we are live. All right. Morning thoughts. Morning thoughts. Morning thoughts. You know why I say morning thoughts like that? Somebody said, SouFlo, why you shout like that when you say morning thoughts? Because I'm trying to wake you up and it's in the morning. So get up, wake up. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Whatever your job description is, shout out to you. Shout out to the payroll attendees. It's not Friday yet, though. Shout out to the chefs in kitchens, secretaries in offices. Shout out to the barbers in the barbershops. Shout out to the beauticians or hairdressers in the beauty salon. Shout out to the nail techs. Shout out to the heavy equipment operators, construction workers. Shout out to the mechanics. I know one time we car them broke down and we can't fix it ourselves. We can't go anywhere until the mechanic actually fix it. It is so hard to find an honest mechanic these days. One set of teeth in people in that profession. But anyways, shout out to them. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Here we are on this beautiful Thursday morning. Today is the Today is the 19th of the 2nd, February 2026, and we are happy to be here. I got a lot going on today, fam. Somebody just rang the doorbell. They're about to dig up my septic tank because the city decides so we need to go up and city something instead of having our own septic tank, which I'm cool with that because all of my doo-doo was being stored in my front yard. Yeah, we do that at foreign, but now they'll be taking it away. So don't know what the government want to do it with doo-doo, but they've decided to take it away and you don't have a choice. So them out there outlining the front yard with the septic tank there. And as they just rang the doorbell, I just went out there as I was getting ready to start this. And I was thinking, I have a meeting today because I'm trying to do some side hustling, some business. I have goals. And that meeting should be shortly, so we have a short time here today. We have about 2 hours live today. It's short, but it's not that short. So we're going to get into some things right away. However, I just made a cup of tea again. Wife will make one cup for me. That tea is so good, me drink it off. I'm going to make a next one for myself. This is, babe, I want this raspberry and something. Raspberry and pomegranate. Right. So this raspberry and pomegranate tea had me remembering, I know some of you might remember this. Are there any ganja smokers in the house? Do we have any marijuana partakers in the house this morning? Yes? No? If Miss Ruby is in here, my grandmother, you turn off the stove? Yes, but turn off the stove. Missy Brown said, but turn off the stove. Shakira in our kitchen. I have a thing I'm always leaving the stove on. If you smoke ganja, you're a bad person to my grandmother. Miss Ruby, right? That's all. You use the devil if you smoke ganja. But big up to my ganja people in the house. See, I was doing it for medicinal purposes. And there was one time, what a thing, times have changed. Now we have a card and we go to a store and we get, so I do it for medicinal purposes. And when I'm not toking on the trees, I'm chewing on the liquor chewy gummies and stuff like that. I just realized that the last time I touched a draw of weed was last year. It's been a whole year now, plus over a year now. I was in Jamaica, was the last time. And when I came back, I didn't feel like doing it anymore because I was thinking about the one up here feel like crack. And I've never had crack before, but I kind of, if you pull something, one pull and you feel like you went 10 levels up, I kind of feel like crack. The one in Jamaica, I give a slow build up until you reach somewhere where you have a big smile on your face and you're like, yeah, well relaxed. The one up here is like one little draw and you're like, woo, way up here, so you know and then the next draw, you're gone overboard. Now you start talk to yourself and start think all kind of something. Sit down. No, don't sit down. Get up. No, don't get up. Sit down. Run, don't run. Walk. What? When you walk for, you walk so slow, move like a faster. Everybody will watch you and your mind does start go like this. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, after coming back from Jamaica, I was like, yo, I cracked this, you know. I don't think I want no more, right? So, and I just realized just now, haven't touched it since then. However, there was a morning where I got on here and I had indica instead of sativa. For the non-ganja connoisseurs, indica will relax you, lay you down. It's the kind that you know, talk in the evening time when you want to relax yourself after a long day's work. And then sativa, you can burn some sativa and go to the workout place. We call it the gym. And you'll be on the treadmill like this on some sativa because sativa have you up like energetic and stuff. Well, I mix up my indica and my sativa one morning and come on this live here, and I was here under some indica, and then I made a cup of tea, and I didn't look at which tea I was making because Shakira, she have one tea section in the kitchen with a whole heap of different bag. You have your mint, your this, your that. So I grabbed one of them, and it turns out that it was a sleepy tea. So I had this sativa, which is a downer, and then I had the chamomile sleepy tea. I'm gonna drink off the one big old cup of chamomile sleepy tea, and then the whole time I'm here, I'm talking to myself, right? Cause the herb talk to me, and it's like, yo, yeah, drop asleep on the light, dog. I'm like, yeah, and I'm trying to keep alive, and next thing I know, I'm back down like this again, and I'm like, oh, so move on to the next topic now. As we segue, and when I left that live, after me say, you know, everybody have a good day or whatever, I left, I get up out of this chair. There's a bed right here, right next to this computer where I'm sitting right now. I went from the chair right over to the bed. I've been laying up on the bed, you know, and I was like, I slept. And I slept good too for like a good little while. I when wake up hear me, Jesus, please, oh, me not dead. So what happened? That not feel right. I'm a hypochondriac too, so I'm like, yo, something wrong with the doctor. Okay? When they say you start get sick, that's a marker, right? Like you're falling asleep and you tiredness out of nowhere. I'm like, I said, oh, I'm trying to stay up. Like, what's wrong? I went in the kitchen and look. I said, let me retrace my step. I didn't eat anything. Look on the tea. No wonder. It's nighttime chamomile sleepy tea. That's exactly what it's called. And then when we look on the herb, it was definitely the indica and not the new one. Just a little story for start out the morning. Big up yourself. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you. This is Sandra Garner Gillespie. I appreciate you, Sandra. Thank you. All right. So we have a really festive morning this morning. These are topics where people run away because these topics are cerebral, I guess. And it's because we're not talk about pum pum and laugh and you know, and all these other kind of frivolous stuff this morning. We're actually going to get into some numbers. So if you look at the icon for the video this morning, it says, or the title, it says, Jamaica, let's track the Hurricane Melissa money. And then it says after that, the Caribbean abandons Cuba for the USA. It is up to you, my audience, where we start out. Do you want to track the money first, or do you want to talk about Cuba? Track the money, Cuba. Track the money, Cuba. Track the money, Cuba starts now. Choose, and you have 60 seconds to do so, and go. Track the money, Cuba. Money or Cuba? Money or Cuba? Nobody is answering. All right. Let me say one person, Field says the money. Only one person is participating. We have two. Okay, no. I guess it was being slow. Okay, so we have track the money, money. Damn. Draw your calculator money. What happened to this? See, YouTube be tricking me. I have all track the money, track the money, track the money, track the money, track the money. Cuba, track the money, 7, track the money, 8, track the money, 2 Cuba, 8, track the money, 9, track the money, 10, track the money, 11, track the money, 12, track the money, 13, track the money. All right, nobody know I hear about Cuba. 14, track the money. Let's queue up tracking the money. We are 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and tracking the money it is. Damn, we had 3 Cuba and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 3 Cuba and 18 track the money. So track the money it is. All right. So a hurricane, we have to backtrack because some people don't know what is going on. All right. So a hurricane, category 5 hurricane, slammed into our beautiful island of Jamaica not too long ago. It was actually the 28th of, it made landfall in Jamaica the 28th of October 2025. If you do your math to that, that was less than 4 months ago. How quickly we forget. Because people already, do y'all see any relief efforts going on still? Do you see anybody give out care packages still? Do you see anybody rallying up the troops to help those in need still? It's only been 3 months. There's this thing that we do when we get on social media where we trauma bond. Oh my God, Jesus, peace. Oh wow. And we will leave a lot of comments and then, they need help and that fades away so quickly with other events that are happening. The world is just moving at a fast pace. So I want you to keep in mind that it wasn't that long ago. It was October 28th, the hurricane slammed into Jamaica at a category 5. Just the other day. So we had November, because October 28th is the end of the month. So basically you can start counting from November, December, January, and right now we are mid-February. Well, yeah, a little bit past mid-February. So that's 3 months and change into that. It feels like it's been about 6-7 months since it happened. All right. When that happened, right, a series of events took place, were triggered. And if you remember my first video where I said Jamaica, warning Jamaica, track the money. Go look that up on YouTube. You will see it. SouFLoTV, warning Jamaica, track the money. Is because I knew a lot of money was coming into Jamaica. Remember, we talked about Jamaica being that beautiful girl that everybody suddenly wanted to date. And we were like, okay, we're going to get the resources for sure. The girl where the man them with money and the pretty car and the big house and everything wants to take out, and she has lots of choices. That was happening to Jamaica. So we were getting aid from everywhere. In the flurry of us getting aid from everywhere, I said, track this money because, we have some thieving politician in Jamaica. I'm not just saying that out of thin air. I'm saying that because our politicians are known to be big thief out of Jamaica. They've been doing it for a long, long time under every party that has come to power in Jamaica. So tracking the money was super important to me. All right. And this is where we are at with it. I need you to pull out your pen and paper. If you're old school, flip your calculator or just put your ears them this way and listen, because we're going to go through all of it. All of it. All right. So following Hurricane Melissa, Jamaica secured 6.7 billion. And I will tell you when I'm speaking in Jamaican dollars and cents. Right now, I speak in US dollars and cents. Okay. Jamaica secured 6.7 billion US dollars from various international agencies and development banks that are intended for our reconstruction and recovery over a 3-year period of time. Now, there was a 150 million US dollar payout from the World Bank Catastrophe Fund. Then there was a 70.8 million US dollars payout from CCRIF, which is the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance, which actually ended up paying out $91 million instead of that 70.8. So 150 million, then there was a 70 million, 0.8 million, then there was a $91 million payout again. And then there was another $415 million loan from IMF, and that loan was disbursed. So they got that money as well. Whole heap of money, you know. We are talking US dollars, you know. I can't imagine being the person in charge of overseeing all this type of money that was coming in. Money now coming small again. This is the new thing that my kids keep doing. I don't know what the hell this is. Y'all might have kids. And you see them doing this right here. That's a lot of money. 150 million, 70.8 million, 415 million, and then 22 million cash from the US, which the US did in 2 disbursements. The US didn't just give us cash, they gave us also $37 million worth of emergency relief and life-saving assistance and underground support as well. So, but I'm counting the cash, 22 million. And then there was a 2 million US dollars cash from China for disaster relief, materials, and medical team aid on the ground. And then there was a 7 million US dollar from Canada for humanitarian support. Plus Canada sent in other things. I'm counting the money. We're going to get into the resources along with the money in a minute. And then CAF, Development Bank of Latin America and the Caribbean, gave us 670,000 US dollars cash as well as a emergency cash grant. That's what it is listed as. I get up real early this morning, look up all these things from Jamaica's own government and these other places. I go directly to these other places. Just so you know where I'm sourcing these from, I either go to the Jamaica, it's called the JIS.gov, Jamaica Information Service.gov, or I go to the country themselves. Like for instance, I will look up what Japan, so I'll go to Japan and go to their media site, or I will go to Canada's media site, because everybody that gave to Jamaica wanted the world to know how much they gave to Jamaica, but it is also listed in the Jamaica's own information site, right? All right, so we're not just pulling these numbers out of thin air. 150 mil, 7.8 mil, 415 mil, 22 mil, 2 mil, 7 mil, all US dollars, 670,000 US, and then another 100,000 US donation from the Republic Bank of CPL. The United Nations Food Program, or the WFP, they launched a cash assistance program for 50,000 Jamaicans. Me want to ask the Jamaican them if anybody get the cash assistance, but we'll get to that later. And then Canada contributed a total of $11 million, not the 7 million I said earlier, in humanitarian assistance, and another 6.1 million cash for long-term disaster relief and healthcare infrastructure. The UK contributed $9.8 million, including emergency top-ups for humanitarian funding. The EU, or the European Union, contributed another 6 million for emergency shelters, medical teams, and sanitation projects. That is along with all the other stuff that they gave. Cayman Islands, 1.2 million cash for emergency relief funding, and then in aid. And mind you, this is all the money I was able to track. This is all I was able to track. So you could imagine, and I'm sure that there's more money that came in from different angles that probably were not so largely publicized that we cannot find it. And this is the reason why I was asking for our government, I was demanding for our government to set up a site. It doesn't cost much to set up one something.gov, and you go there as a concerned Jamaican citizen and you say, okay, let's see where the money coming from. All right, we'll just get 22 million from the US. Okay, and then we got this, and then we got that. And you have your own calculator, and every citizen can track the money, how it came in and how it's going out. If you didn't see the government do that, that's because them plan to thief some of the money. And I have no problem saying it exactly like that, because that chain of accountability, that was too easy to set up. If I don't want you to call me a thief, I'm doing everything in front of you. Just see me two hand them here. See me take the $10 from over here, so watch me put it over there, so see it there, I didn't take any. That's how people operate when they don't want to be mislabeled as a thief, right? Mind you, they already know that we are powerless. Because once them take the money, all we can do is talk about it. We can't do anything else. So when the money gone, they can spin stories around us. Like one of the stories I saw, over 11 point something million dollars was used just this month in food aid alone to people of Westmoreland. And I said, damn. One day them never touch any of the money, the next day over 11 point something million in a food aid. What happened to all the food that came in? That start give out yet? Okay. In aid supplies, the US deployed Air Force C-17s to deliver over 530,000 pounds of, listen to me now, hundreds and hundreds of millions were gone into billions of years. Work with me. Now we're going to talk about what we can track as far as supplies. So the US deployed their Air Force planes, C-17s, to deliver over 530,000 pounds of food, water, shelter supplies, search and rescue team, and personnel. El Salvador then jumped in and sent 3 cargo jets with 300 rescuers and 50 tons of humanitarian aid. 50 tons. Big up to El Salvador. Dominican Republic sent multiple shipments with their Navy and their Air Force with food, mattresses, and medical supplies. India sent 20 tons of aid, including a portable hospital. The EU established something that was called the Air Bridge for supplies, while the IFRC transported another 64 tons of aid, food, and medical supplies from Panama into Jamaica. China sailed in with a hospital ship called the Silk Road Ark, and Belgium sent over 600 generators in 2 different installments. 450 of those generators came from Belgium themselves, but Belgium was the one that was spearheading, gathering up these supplies for the EU, the European Union. So the rest of them came from other parts in Europe, right? So over 600 generators came under the Belgium brand alone, but that was from the EU, European Union. And India sent another 200 generators. So 800 generators that, you know. And I learned this morning that 450 of those generators that Belgium sent in of the 600 were small generators that were supposed to run a household, a small household, not generators where you would use for run hospital and medical and government buildings, etc. So they were really concentrating on the people. Then you have the Jamaica Strong Benefit Concert. That was held in New York. All the resources, proceeds from that was said to go to Jamaica. That concert raised over 500,000 US dollars. And then we had the I Love Jamaica telethon. A Jamaica government to take this money, The one in New York, Jamaica Strong Concert said that money, the 500,000 US dollars, was supposed to go to rebuilding and fixing schools in Jamaica that were damaged badly in this hurricane. All right. And then I Love Jamaica telethon. This is where all the artists them who decided to perform were doing the performing. I saw Tommy Lee Sparta, some other artists, a bunch of different artists gave their time and their artistic abilities to this project right here. That project to date raised over $200 million. And this time I'm talking in Jamaican dollars. Remember I told you I would say when it's Jamaican dollars. I'll know when you get confused because the amount of money when me say already. What you should be asking is, damn. Okay, so tell us where all this money went. Get a piece of paper out my way and move to the next paper. It's a lot of bread. It's a lot of money. Okay, well, here we go, because that wasn't all the supplies. I want you to fathom this. Between October 29th to November 10th, that's 12 days, the hurricane touched down October 28th, right? Okay. Aid started flowing into Jamaica the 29th. The 28th, we get licked with the hurricane. The 29th, the world said, send it in, send it in. Within that first 12 days period, the airports in Jamaica collectively facilitated 1,138 flights in support of commercial travel, coordinated humanitarian operations across the island in the rescue to Hurricane Melissa. This included, now this is how it breaks down. This included 499 commercial passenger flights, which we're not counting, 270 private jets, which we're not counting, even though we know that a lot of private jets were flying into Jamaica full of stuff to deliver aid and fly back out. That is how the father-daughter couple died when their that is how the father-daughter couple died when their private jet was taken off from Florida. And they had ran many other missions before, and they subsequently died in one of those missions when their plane crashed, bringing stuff into Jamaica. This is the part where get me. The first 12 days of that hurricane hitting, Jamaica had already gotten 369 packed cargo jets full of relief supplies. Full of relief supplies. Now, I went down the list to see the things that were sent from these different places. This is only in the first 12 days, We are almost 4 months in now. 369 jets, cargo planes, packed, landed in Jamaica in the first 12 days. Flashlights, battery-powered radios, non-perishable food items, batteries, first aid kits, medications, sanitation items, wet wipes, garbage bags, toilet papers, hand sanitizer, water purification systems, women's sanitary pads and tampons, baby diapers, toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, soap, rags, towels, basic tool kits, like screwdriver and them kind of something there. Yeah. Machetes, machete we call it. wrench, pliers, work gloves, duct tape, plastic sheetings, whistles to blow for signal for help, tarpaulins, inflatable mattresses, N9 masks, heavy duty gloves. It says the N9 masks were sent in for those who would, and the heavy duty gloves for those who would be cleaning up in places that had been places that had been saturated and had grown mold. Rubber boots, which we call water boots, goggles, eye protection, pet food supply, long pants, extra clothes for children and adult, matches where you strike and start fire, field stoves for cooking, emergency shelters that you can collapse and put back up, emergency shelters, power generators, which we know about now, at least 800 of them, solar bulbs and lighting sources. Andrew said that his distribution point would be set up. Remember, I don't want nobody come here with your JLP, PMP something. I'm going off of what our Prime Minister told us. Our Prime Minister said, when he was asked, well, what happened to all the stuff that came in? So they hadn't started giving those out yet, remember? Because he was trying to organize an orderly fashion in which to distribute those. He don't like seeing Jamaica people run for things and people are throw things to them like, say, we're better than that. It kind of make him feel shameful. So he was organizing a way to orderly distribute. He made some sense along the way, because one of the things he said was, what you're finding out is that when people go around giving out these care packages and just jam up anywhere and just hand out stuff, sometimes one person will get 3 different times when others haven't even gotten once. So, okay, that fly, we'll let it go. He said that he would set up distribution points and that he would put in place a voucher system, which the people who them things blow away, wash out. You got to remember, who was a farmer, lost the whole of them crop, and this is how people livelihood, who had livestock. If you did have goat and chicken and cow and pig and these kind of things and a healthy farm, hundreds of thousands of animals were dead. That's why the place did smell so, and a lot of people were talking about the smell. They said the first thing that hit them when you went into these areas was that pungent smell of like rotten flesh and stuff. Dog dead, cow dead, chicken dead, you name it, it did dead. The people, them goat dead, everything dead. So they were dependent upon whatever they could get, right? And the world saw that we were in need. And the word was like, oh my God, not Jamaica, everything Irie. Man, we got to help Jamaica. Jamaica don't be bothering nobody. Boom, they started sending in mad aid, crazy aid. Jamaicans were feeling loved. The aid wasn't really reaching the people then. To this day, there is no voucher system in place. I put my message out yesterday. I said if there's anybody who is aware of a voucher system that has been put in place and distribution points where the people can go with their vouchers and collect the things that they need, because this is how the Prime Minister said he would distribute the tons and tons of aid that came in. Please let me know, because I don't want to accuse people of. So this minute, nobody is aware of any distribution point and anything being given out to anybody. The crazy part is how everybody has gone silent and nobody is tracking anything. So they are still sitting on a lot of the stuff that was given. Remember, India alone sent in 20 tons of aid, to include a whole heap of that was non-perishable items, and including a portable hospital. The United States of America alone sent in 530,000 pounds of food and water aid. And the list goes on. El Salvador sent in 50 tons. So we just give you an idea of how much was sent in. And you got to understand also that the other parties who were on the ground, like the World Kitchen and all these other people who were on the ground feeding people, that's not from these tons of stuff that was given to the government. That is them and their own gatherings. Remember, the Prime Minister said, "What's on the mean government not doing anything? It's open up the airport." He said, "It's who open up the airport and allow the aid workers to come in with their stuff." Because I told you, a lot of these charity organizations, they didn't just land in Jamaica by themselves. They came into Jamaica with their food supply and everything that they came to give away already. They didn't come to Jamaica and say, "Okay, Mr. Prime Minister, give us the stuff and let us go hand it out." This is how I know that the Prime Minister and them have all the stuff still. Of course, they might have given out some of it to this point. And another thing I'm looking for is, I'm looking for Jamaican them to tell me, say, "Boy, SouFLo, me open one of the care package them and a beer American stuff me see in there. Canned soup. And all the soup them we used to tell people, say, don't send them come to Jamaica because we don't drink them and we make our own soup and we soup different. Beer of them we see in there, because that's what would be in there if people were shopping for non-perishable to send to island that was hit by a Category 5 hurricane. Not true? Right. Nobody has said they saw a bunch of Canadian food, a bunch of Chinese food, or a bunch of American items in any of their stuff. That's another thing that lets me know that most of that stuff is still sitting somewhere. It's being warehoused. So my question is this, right? At this moment, I can't really track the money because there's a confusion about the money. I can't really track the money because there's a confusion about the money, because the money came in flurries. And there was a lot of media hoopla and talk around each time the money land. And I think they did all that on purpose. And I think they don't want to set up the site that I'm asking for on purpose. If they want big mount me for stop talk like this, set up the site that I'm asking for. The site is where I could go, like everybody else, me, Mervin, the rest of we, Karen, all of us, Mr. Bram, anyone I would choose to can go there. Winston, Gale, all of us could just go to the site and look, and we can say, okay, so we have this much. All right. Oh, they just spent 1.5 million this, building supplies and stuff. And it is listed as building supplies and stuff for this section of Westmoreland. Then we can go look in at that section of Westmoreland and say, right, them busy out there. We see it on the site still, where them say them spend the money for the building material. And when we drive go over there, them actually over there for real, and you can see the work that is being done. It's not hard to track it. It's not hard to track it. I'm convinced they don't want to track. They don't want it to be tracked, because look how quick we stop talking about it. Look how quick we stop talking about it. You know what I'm saying? This is a crazy amount of money. And I told my audience before that they got a whole lot of money before, and there was no catastrophic damage to anything in Jamaica from the whole heap of money what them get before, and they made that money disappear. So what's gonna happen to this money now? I think it's gonna disappear again, just like it's disappearing right before our eyes. I see a lot of people in Jamaica still very much in need. You know, so Jamaican people are like, I'll tell you this about us. Majority of us are prideful set of people, to the point where, yeah, you have people who beg, but most Jamaican them will bite off them tongue before them begging nothing. And if they are really in a desperate situation where they're forced to swallow their pride and beg, they'll do it, but them not gonna do it constantly and consistently. After a while, them themselves will wean themselves off of, because they don't want to be looked at a certain way and all that, right? So what we have now in Jamaica is this, people. we have a lot of people who are in dire need of help, same way. They're in dire need of help, but they just don't want to stretch forth their hands. And guess what's happening? There was no distribution site set up. There was no vouchers given out. These people can't go nowhere and get nothing. They're figuring out how to get by on their own. So a lot of places you go, the place still ramshackle. The place still look messed up like the hurricane just licked them. It's still, and this is what, going on to 4 months in, right? And the sad part is everybody out here has stopped talking about it. I just watched a video of a couple of guys. They are streamers. I believe they stream on TikTok and them have like millions of followers or something, but not TikTok, Twitch streamers. And they went to Jamaica as a group of guys, right? And when they got to Jamaica, they said, oh man, I came to Jamaica to support Jamaica. Y'all might have seen the video. They look like biracial, like if you would have mixed somebody with black or white, or some of them look Hispanic and then the rest of them look white. But they were like, if I came to Jamaica to enjoy Jamaica, because the hurricane hit, so we're going to pump some money in the economy, support some locals and whatever. And their trip basically turned into a humanitarian trip, because when them reach, they saw like people still in dire need. So don't forget the people them, but remember that things aren't what you think it is. See, a lot of us live overseas, right? So we don't get to see on the ground what's happening. The people them need it still, just like how even they need it now even more than before. The initial part of when the hurricane hit, okay, you understand all this stuff mash up. You got to understand the desperation that's building now. You got to understand the hopeless kind of feeling that's building now. Well, I guess this is the new norm for me now. You know, I lost my farm. This is how I used to sustain myself. Whenever I used to have to ask nobody for nothing, people used to come buy chicken from me. People used to come buy goat from me. People used to come support. Now, I can't support myself, and I don't have nobody speaking up on my behalf, right? That is what's happening. Caller, give me 1 second. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, SouFLo. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good, family. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. I'm calling about that same topic that you're on.
Yes.
My home, I'm from Montego Bay.
You're from Montego Bay?
And my home, yes. And my home, my doors, all of my doors are damaged. And I pay insurance money. I pay insurance through NHD. My house is insured through NHD.
Mm-hmm.
And
National Housing Trust.
We are entitled. Yes.
Right.
So we're entitled for the insurance money. Plus we can also apply for the grant.
Mm-hmm.
And up to today, nothing.
And you applied?
I have yes, I applied. I applied. I have a door, a glass door. I have a glass door in the front of my home that was shattered.
Mm-hmm.
So all of my doors, I'm looking at probably over 500,000 plus labor costs to
put them back up. Yeah.
Nothing.
No assistance.
And I said, my son, no assistance. This is what they want us to do. They want us to fix the doors them out of our pocket. And when somebody come and look at it and say, oh, you guys don't get no damage, so you're good. And I am not doing it. Because we entitled for even if I'm not entitled for the grant, I'm entitled for insurance because I pay insurance.
Because you paid your insurance, right?
Insurance. Yes.
So it's not you're begging them anything.
Nothing. They're not giving us anything. Like whenever I send my son down there, he cannot hear anything because I'm overseas. So he cannot hear nothing. He just They say somebody must come and look at the home. They gave my son an assistant list. They gave him a list and say he must get a carpenter to assess the damage. We do all of that right now. We do all of that and submit it to finish. Nothing. Nothing. They're not looking at nobody. And this is a wicked somebody this morning.
And you must understand, say, you and thousands of others have that same complaint, don't?
Yes, of course. And this is what they want us to do. They want us to fix those two. I'm not fixing nothing because I pay insurance to NG. They're going to fix my door.
Right.
They're going to fix them. They want us to fix them, and when somebody come and look at it now, they say, "Oh,
it's fixed already."
Okay, because it's already. Sorry, we're not doing that. I see what they're doing, and I'm not buying what they're saying. I'm not buying it.
That's a trick.
This man is a wicked. Why in God's name it is taking so long for them to set up whatever they're setting up?
That's what I want to know. That's why I'm revisiting this morning, because that's what I want to know.
It doesn't take, listen, it doesn't take, me and you would have figured out this long time how to fix it up. Much less them which they have education and they have brain. It doesn't take this long time to put the money into place and to figure out how they're going to set up this brand. It doesn't take them this time. They're up to something. And I can tell Andrew Wallace and him entourage them what I have behind him. I'm not fixing my door. The insurance money is going to fix my door.
Man, all I can say is thank you for sharing and verifying. Because sometimes we talk and people think, look at him sit down there and make up stuff now. Always have bad things to say about Jamaica. But we're advocating, you know.
You are talking 1,000,000% true. We are not doing shit. Excuse my language. They're not doing anything.
That's what I've been told by many people.
Every time I send my son down there to find what's going on, the process is going through.
So here's the frustrating part. Yes. What do you think can be done to make them do something?
Go up by Garden House, we'll call the house, or up by Parliament, Garden House, and demonstrate. Every single Jamaican need to go up there and start demonstrate and tell the world what anti-police and the entourage are doing. Jamaican people need to wake up and see the traffic and start demonstrate and get things going. They're too quiet.
And because the people are so quiet, this is the time when they're able to move and do what they're doing, you know. Thief out the money and then tell us in some little report that, oh, we just spent another 1 billion.
Jamaican people need to get up and start demonstrating. Go up against somewhere Garden House is and start to demonstrate in front of them and tell the world what they are doing.
So that's gonna take unity. That's gonna take unity and boots on the ground.
Exactly. And this is the thing I don't like with Jamaican people. They worship these politicians. I don't worship no politician.
All right.
I give you a job. I teach you to do a job. You work for me.
All right. And how long have I been saying that?
I give you a job to do.
All right.
You're not doing the job that I put here to do. We have a problem.
And how long have I been saying that, man? That's why we can't get nothing done. We cannot get anything done in Jamaica because the Jamaican people, they worship their politicians instead of holding them accountable. That's something I've said over the years, over and over and over. It's amazing. Not even amazing. It's crazy to watch it.
They're the problem.
Yes.
You know what we realize? Some people are getting a little thing under the table. And because they're getting a little 10,000 and a little 20,000 under the table and saying, fuck that. That is crazy, excuse my language.
That's crazy.
I'm saying supposed to work with that.
Right.
Those things are rat race. We run rat race. Okay.
That's crazy.
I'm not fixing my day. They're going to fix it.
All right, my friend.
One of you, yes. Continue to put that out there so that we talk because everything that we're talking 1,000,000% sure. We are not making up a story. I am in that same situation.
All right. And I appreciate you calling in to let us know that it's real like that.
Yes, it is. It is real. It is real. They're not making up anything.
All right.
Okay.
All right, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
All right. Have a good one, yes?
Hey,
listen. Do me a favor. I want you to stay in touch though, right? So when something finally gets done or start to get done, give us a heads up. Because I'm trying to see something.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay. I appreciate that.
We'll do that.
All right.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Live on the air with SouFLo, good morning. You probably have us on speaker or Bluetooth caller.
No, not SouFLo.
Yeah, family.
I would like to talk to you about this Andrew about a lot of people know me down at Jamaica. I mean, I want them to get my voice, because a lot of people know me.
Oh, so you try to distort your voice for say what you have to say?
You see, from this man, I live down at Jamaica, I live in England, and sometimes I live in Florida.
Right.
And you see, 2016, when this man run for election, I tell everybody, say, the wrong thing them to put Andrew Holness in a power, because Andrew Holness is just the biggest criminal in a Jamaica and thief. You remember Cash Plus?
Mm-hmm. And the Cash Plus scandal.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That man there and the Governor General, them thief off the people the money,
Mm-hmm.
Them thief my family money too. That's why I don't like Andrew.
I know, I'm saying, but
it is a disgrace to Jamaica. The thing that man don't like black people. You hear, sir?
What you say, I don't like black people neither?
No, the man is not for black people. Look what happened. You see what happened with this SSL?
Mm-hmm.
The man, I tell all these people to put the people of money in SSL. And you know, see, every scheme go by the Jamaica, this man will get back in money.
He's collected and him get back in money.
Yeah, and then you have some Jamaican people talking about this man here is good man. This man is a robber. He is the biggest criminal in Jamaica. And he is not just a criminal, he is a murderer, because if you say any little thing about him when we come sending people and we come kill you.
You know, I've heard those accusations before. I can't prove them. So my disclaimer is a fact. And here another thing. The man has set up a company in a catbird pen. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wonder, why you going to set up a company in a catbird pen? And the same company is giving him back money. And let me tell you something, SouFLo. You see, from this man coming, I've been reading the Jamaica GDP and all those things. He sell off the airport them to pay the GDP. And now, after him coming to power, him say he was one of them man who said he wasn't used housing trust money. Mm-hmm. And that this man been doing all the time and take out 110 billion out of housing trust money, which it's illegal. But you see, through him around the country with the legal people, the police, the service, the court service, all those things. It's not illegitimate service. It's not for the Jamaican people. That's why. I'm going to tell you another thing, why Jamaica people don't want to come out. You know, so the man have a whole heap of war tank down there. War tank?
Yeah, you know, say Jamaica buy a whole heap of war tank.
For what? When this happen?
I know, you never see them. Google it and you see the war tank them.
I did see some
so if the people them start rise up, him go send out the tank for the people them. And then him have him killing police force them. Because the police force, why you think these police force, they don't want to wear the body armor?
Well, that's a whole other issue right there, though.
Yeah, because them are going to kill people. Because people will know the truth. Why you think this man don't want the police them to wear the body camera them?
Mm-hmm.
Because the man is crooked. Let's look SouFLo. Other day, couple months ago, Westmoreland.
Mm-hmm.
Not Westmoreland, Manchester. A little bright youth gone missing. You hear the Prime Minister as a Prime Minister of a country. Do you hear him come out and say nothing about those things? The police killed a little 4-year in Montego Bay. You hear him come out and say nothing about those things?
No. The little
The
4-year-old boy where they went on
is
the
the
raid.
biggest criminal in Jamaica. Him and the Governor General.
Mm.
The Governor General was the head of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, you know. And them tell the people them to put their money on, and them tell if you put in a Clash Plus, and all those money gone missing. And you know, you're nothing come out of it. That's what them been doing all the time. Andrew Willis, as a Prime Minister, he was student loan up till now. And him and him wife just a bill out everything in Jamaica. They want the most chuck in Jamaica. But you know the reason why people can't catch them SouFLo? There's nobody to investigate Andrew Holness, because Andrew Holness is the investigator. You see why him do that day? Him put another thief in man for run the FBI.
Hold on there. So hold on there, brother. So I was looking this up. So I don't want to stray too far from the subject this morning, because we're trying to track the money. Okay, we don't really want to hear too much about all the history of Andrew and the wickedness and these things. What I did look up just now though was what you just said about the tank or the tanks, and I did find a video. However, that was actually published in the Jamaica Gleaner, and there's a video with the tanks and stuff. But the JDF, Jamaica Defense Force, said that video was not taken in Jamaica, and they did not receive those tanks that were seen in that video. Yeah. But because I try to put something straight. But yeah, what I'm talking about here is the dollars, man. I track the dollars, and I'm tracking the aid that came into the country, and the fact that we got so much of it, and so many people are still very much in dire need. You know, it's 3.5 months ago or so the hurricane hit us, and some people are still in the same position they were in. Except for the water dry up from around them, but them still the house still don't have no roof. Them still have tarpaulin over the space.
That's true, SouFLo. That's true.
Dry bed to sleep.
That's true.
Their food supply short. Them farm wash.
That's true.
They can't supply themselves with food. They're in dire need still, and the government, so to speak, is sitting on a lot of food supply. Right, that's where I'm focused on this morning. We don't really want to trace
and for some reason, SouFLo, it's true. So for some reason, this man don't want to vote this aid, and I like to know why. Because a lot of people apply for these aids, and he's not giving them out.
That was puzzling me. So now you're on track with me. That is puzzling me. So you ask the right question like me. Why is he holding on to the aid supply? If anybody in this chat can tell me why they think he's holding on to the aid supply, because the Prime Minister cannot come out. He cannot come out.
Probably can give you a little version, you know.
Give me a little version.
Probably can give you a little version. Probably, hey, you see, the man did want a lot of Jamaican people to die. That's why I said myself, he want a lot of people to die. That's why he don't want to give out the AIDS, because you know when you're sleeping in the sun and rain, you're gonna get bad sickness, and a lot of people will die. So that's why this man don't want to give out the AIDS. And then him turn around about him and give AIDS to church. Church have a lot of money already, SouFLo. Why are you giving money? Hey, a lot of people still are living on a tent, you know, SouFLo.
I know. And that is a part of my argument.
A lot of people house, and it is not just burial, you know. You remember the hurricane, it's not Melissa, you know. You remember the hurricane before? Andrew Holness not give nobody no AIDS, you know.
Right. Jamaica was basically running off a charity throughout the last couple of months after the hurricane.
Yeah, that's true.
It was all donations from outside sources. Majority, I would say about 95% of what we saw was not from our government. Because we had people on the ground in Jamaica that was saying that.
But you see what happened so true. He's telling the people them lie and the people them believe him sure. Those are the diartic people. And Mr. Andrew is what them wrong call him. Nah, do nothing for Jamaican people. And nah, do nothing for people. This man just taking the money and don't know nobody not investigate this man. The man need to be investigated proper.
Well,
what he's doing with this money.
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you there. But the
man, let me show you so sure. This man don't have no respect for Jamaican people. Him not giving no money, and him say, when him give out loan, him a go make FDI investigate the Jamaica people. So the man don't work, mean Jamaica no good. When the FDI is supposed to invest, or Mocha supposed to investigate him, why is he owning up this money?
Well, we have to find out, brother. We are asked the same question where you are asked. So, may I ask the question and you are asking back the same question? You can't help me to answer.
How we are going to find out when the man is running a criminal enterprise in Jamaica?
I don't know.
I'm telling him, he's running a criminal enterprise.
My focus is on the Jamaican people who are in need now, though, because obviously.
And so far, I've been telling Jamaica people, they gotta do away with this politics business, politics business, and everybody got to come together and march. But you see the people them afraid for march. For Andrew Holness, to me, Andrew Holness is a dictator.
What do you think would happen if the people gather up in Jamaica in the hundreds of thousands and march for that worthy cause? Like, listen, we know how much, we have a good idea how much money came in and how much resources came in food and aid, take care of the people who got hurt in this hurricane right now. We demand that. What do you think would happen?
The man gonna roll out the tank them slow flow.
The
man gonna roll out the tanks and the police will probably gonna draw curfew on the people.
Curfew, yeah, but tank, I don't think so. Not unless
I think
but then again, I wouldn't put it past him.
The man gonna come out with the tanks. Them, I'm telling you that.
All right, brother.
Yeah, man. 1 million people are marching at Jamaica South Shore. This man gonna come out with the tank. You watch what's going to happen, my brother. What's going to happen?
All right.
This man is not for Jamaica people.
So where you at?
You know, everything come out of this man's mouth is a lie.
Are you in Jamaica now?
No. I'm gonna just come back up.
Okay.
And the country down in Jamaica, I'm telling you, my brother, so far, there's a lot of problem down there. The food is so high, everything you buy, this man is just making a load of tax from the people them. You're paying £50 tax, you know. And a day when I was down there, I'm paying £50 tax. And say, it depends what you buy. Everything you buy is just tax.
And I noticed that new taxes are coming in as well.
But so sure. Okay, you put taxes on food, material things, what you're buying. There's a lot of tax on it at a time like this.
Well, the man said we have to make money because we took a financial
so sure. So we have a lot bag of money, so flow.
Right.
There's a bag of money right down this man sitting pan.
Right.
What is he doing with it?
So a lot of the people who I guess some of these people tuning in now, they might have missed the video where we cover the new taxes that just came into Jamaica that will be implemented in short order, and how much money they are projected that they will raise in the first fiscal year of these new taxes, right? Whole heap of money,
Yeah.
whole heap of money. But it's there for y'all to go look up. That's why this man is talking
Yeah.
about
I see.
taxes and why you adding more taxes
And him,
in a time like this.
and him say, for the next 5 years, him say, him gonna take 10 billion GDP. That is illegal.
Well, we're not gonna get too far into that.
All right, my brother. You look after yourself, and you're doing a great job there, so keep up with a great job.
All right,
and make sure you spread it out to the so-called dieted labor right people, because I don't feel affiliated with politics, because politics is a criminality thing for poor people. Yeah? All right, take care. Yeah?
All right. Yeah. Tracking the money. I got up real early this morning. I got my pen and paper out and I searched diligently and I documented, and the amount of aid that Jamaica got in cash alone is astounding. In supplies is astounding. And to know that we have 3.5 months past and there are so many people who still don't have the basics, that too is astounding. And the crazy part is everybody gone quiet about it. You don't see no vloggers no more talking about it no more. You don't see anybody on the ground saying, let's track the money. Wait, what go on? How come over so still look so? I mean, I think cleanup efforts are going. Why the place still? Nobody. Jamaica is just, I guess it's because we are so used to, it's like we this is to our credit and to our detriment. Jamaican people are such a tough and resilient set of people that we'll take a licking and keep on ticking, you know? So one time, them box we down, them fling we down, we just bounce right back, and we don't do much complaining, because we have this thing where, boy, I just saw it go here, man. Things will get better same way. You know me, I said, but I guess we have to just go through this. And that's why nobody is demanding anything or people stop talk and so quickly have accepted. No man, no one the people them for wake up, man. No want a lot of people for ask what me I ask right now, like, where is all this stuff? I just want to know where is all this stuff. Even if I'm not able to track the money, I want to know where all the supplies is. Where's all the supplies? Where the tons and tons of aid that came in, where are all those supplies? Where are they? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. What go on?
There, you know. Me here topic, man. We only can assume, you know. We cannot be sure, but we have sense to look upon evidence, right? My mother teach me what love is and good is. I'm also learning bad from the street. So I'm going to try to say that Andrew Hall is not care about Jamaican. We don't need no more evidence of that. So when I say a person withhold help, it means that if he say too good for the people, that it be. Anyway, you want to slice it, it come down to if he say people not good enough. When you look upon the millions we have in a bank, they must say, yo, we not get them here, let figure out themselves out. Now keep for something as way we feel can help me and my friend them. You know what I say? If he see the money, but he can't afford to give Jamaican people kind of value them enough to say, yo, here what? This may have look whole heap, but we'll give people everything so them all right. He might hold it back enough for the people good enough, and that can come down to you. You know what I mean? But because my mother Zane, you got some people in the past my house, my yard, saying, I want a little girl, must lose her lunch money. One day, man, I go ask her if she all right. And from that day, the little girl to high school, mother give her lunch money every morning. You know what I mean? Just because she say all right. So when I love people, it's like it's an obligation to make sure them good, isn't it? So Andrew wants to I love Jamaica, and I promise you that. So anyway, like a slice, anybody I call you, people from the opposition are calling and tell them exactly what happened. Even if what I'm saying is still come down to, you need to change the man and get him out of power. That's all I can tell about Jones right now. You don't care, You know what I mean?
Brother, but what to the people? How come the people so silent? Like, how come where you think are going with the people?
Yeah, the people are silent because Jamaican people get conditioned easily. It's like, and people, it's like we see some rebellious people, right? Those rebel. But right now we get conditioned because we easy for more in our people want to be more. So after a while, when we make a sound for a while, but after a while, like I say, okay, this is it. Like I work with this.
So that's
why you listen. That's why you see step out short. If step out short long enough, we say, okay, we'll keep the very foot to step out connected. And that's the Jamaican right now. Them not speak up. It's like we have Martin Luther King. When you see black people in America, it was a succumb. Instead of I'm nice, right? I tell them, wait, that's what I'm talking about. We need an advocate, remember. I know who to be. Who brave enough, Rochester, go to Jamaica and stop the people. I'm nice, but until that
dangerous enough. That dangerous enough. I would have rather put on. I would have rather go back into the U.S. Army, shave off my hair and beard, put on uniform, and make them send me go. What would they know? We still a linger in Afghanistan, and we have some other covert operations happening in other places. I would have rather take one of them there than be the person who say, me I go stand up for Jamaica and lead this and go out in at the front. And the reason why is because the years that I've been right here, just a talk for Jamaica betterment. The amount of suck your mother and hey boy man we murder you and you can't come back to Jamaica. The amount of that I've gotten over the years, and I hate Jamaica, you know. And every time I go up on film little platform, you know, him not have nothing good to say about Jamaica, you know, and I'm like, damn, when me say bad about Jamaica, when have I ever told anybody not to go to Jamaica or to hate Jamaica, or you ever hear me tell nobody say Jamaica is a bad place, bro?
Never yet.
Yeah, so when time you try talk up for them betterment, them we crucify you same one. So that even Andrew don't even have to worry about one of them people there. Me a shower till my born come see my father, I shower my granny, I shower my mother, me a shower till me dead. And one of them people they'll kill you, you know. Yeah, one of them people they'll kill you. And stop talking about my prime minister youth. One of them people they'll go kill you. And then after them kill you, and anything happen to them family member, them go right into the hospital where them grandfather have to sit down in a wheelchair for the next 2 days because they don't have a bed in there for him while roach run past him face and rat roll over and foot them. And them same one come on social media come complain. Look at the condition of the hospital. Y'all tell me say them can't do something better with the place than this. After you I tell them say, listen, when me go to hospital, a private room me get, and the hospital establishments are nice. So I could be one of the people who shut my mouth and don't say nothing. But I the love for my people, why me feel like you have a platform, youth, open up your mouth and say something. But if you stand up out there and lead for them people here, why is a harsh reality, bro. It's a harsh reality.
Ignorance, no. You see a lot of Jamaicans get the proper education, you know. I'm a piece of education take a toll upon them when they can't reason for themselves. It's just when I see the Prime Minister go on the talk on press conference and talk, so it sounds so good and sounds so decent, them suit, right? But they don't know so everything where must say bullshit because boom bam and do their own maths to them and say I waste and time and run them away. So education have a lot to do because you grow up and see a grandmother be JLP and you hear the man talk so eloquent and say, you got grandmother must right.
Right.
Because my father was a JLP now. I'm not care. But my father tell me, say, I'm not going to vote. I'm going to vote for what? She tell me what first. You know what I mean? Because me not don't tell me why. I say me not agree with this. I not agree with that. So me not vote. I'm my own mind number. Nobody can. Not my father. Most more than anybody else. Could tell me what for them. You know what I mean? I'm a feel say look upon you. You got to help the country. I'm compare say no. I'm say you want mama not try to better the same country where me come from too. Yeah. You got to better country where me love. So I say,
foreign is not ours, you know.
Eh?
I tell every Jamaican this all the time. I say foreign is not ours. I don't give a damn how long you're in foreign in other people's country. It will never be yours. And you don't know how a regime can change. This administration right now in this US of A where we are at has proven to me exactly what I've been thinking all these years. All it takes is one regime change. And next thing, they are really feeling under threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only place them can't fling you out of is Jamaica. So foreign is never ours. Foreign is never ours. So the changes that need to happen in Jamaica, right? Whether you live in a Jamaica or you live outside of Jamaica, as a Jamaican, you should be trying to be a part of these positive changes. Whatever vehicle is moving for that change, you're supposed to depend on that. Because the place you make better, you make it better for yourself.
Yeah. Yo, so come here, talk, come here, I'm a product, I'm say, me not do it, and here's someone who will do it. But I'm not to get up and study nothing. You know what I mean?
Me no want to hide out in other people land all the days of my life, bro.
Yes,
you can imagine all we know, when we get older, like way older, we still in other people land and talk about now go to Jamaica kind of suckers, me can't get no proper healthcare there and they better over here. So I don't want to be that guy. You know, say the certain things just not right in a Jamaica. I love that place, but we better have stayed right there. So in some other people and that can't be good.
I'm go to hospital already, Bridget, in Jamaica. But I'm going to Spain. The place smells filthy. People are bar right in front of you. Oh my God, dead. Oh, doctor. I'm not saying, oh, my dead.
Like a war zone. Yeah, I see one video. The way I talk about people sitting in the wheelchair and stuff is a video I saw 2 days ago. Somebody went in the hospital, a woman, and she said, "Me never want to come in the hospital when me there Jamaica, you know, because this is exactly what I feared."
Yeah.
And she go in there, she record, and you know, rat around on the floor, and she said, "Look on this man right there." So 2 days now, him in a wheelchair there, you know, and the man curled up in a wheelchair in a pain, and it was wheelchairs lined the wall. And she said, them people here about 2 days, them they here now, you know, stay like this. And you hear the people them are moan like what you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I said, damn, that look like some beyond third world condition. That look like some, I don't know what to say it look like. And it's so dark in there and just the whole vibe in them. I say, is a hospital that for real in a 2026?
Yeah, but look at SouFLo. We have a thriving, we call it now, tourism in industry, government can use pumping in the hospitals. The one that can, the common sense. We not for college and you have to business, if you know that. The common sense is Jamaica have a name brand name out, and if the government focus on tourism and build up some new hotel or whatever, and focus on people coming to Jamaica, and we can use them more money for pumping the health system. You know what I mean? What more like with people?
No, go on.
Yeah. Well, what I like with Jamaican though is like me think for myself, right? If you hear man talk, no people saying that. If you hear JLP attack my talk sense, but yo, some talk sense, but why not apply it? So when I say Jamaicans, thing is, or if you hear you actually have a passion to better your country, and then go talk about, hey, about kill a boy, and yeah, you're not get it on, bro. I get the service.
That the level of ignorance, brother, is dangerous. You know, what you just said just now, you see, over the years I've said this. I said one of the things that every time you talk government, them say, here you go again. You just live pa Andrew name. So I said, you know what? If it wasn't him that was in power and it was somebody else, I would be living on their name too. Until they do the things that I'm suggesting, right? Like, for instance, it is our leader who implement and put certain things in place that allow all these foreign investors to come to Jamaica and build up them big all-inclusive this and then this corporation and that company and pay the people them peas and pennies and take all of the money where they make them profit and scrape it up and take it out of the country. So Jamaica is the only thing for them is that's modern day slavery. That's like the slave master having a slave yard where all his farming is done. Him not live on the sugarcane plantation. Him just own the plantation. And all the worker them make sure that the plantation run properly, and he makes a lot of money from his sugar canes off his plantation while he flies out to somewhere else and over which part him live, I which part in millions and billions there. That's what they're doing to Jamaica. For some reason, right? We haven't had a smart leader who has said, okay, first of all, Jamaica is a cash cow. We already know that. We'll allow you to come into Jamaica, yes, and to build up your big high-rise building and do your thing right here. You're going to make a lot of money. But what we're going to ask for is that 20% of your profits goes back into our, something like that. Them not do none of that. Them create tax break for them. Them create tax break incentives for them. Yeah. They give them breaks that they won't even give to the average Jamaican person who is trying to do business in Jamaica. And then people, them like scrape up the money. None of the money don't stay. Majority of the big stuff in Jamaica, corporations, they're not owned by Jamaicans. Majority of them big sitting there that turn any kind of huge profit are not owned by Jamaicans, and none of the profit stays in Jamaica. That is one.
That's something cool. So, well, look at now. Andrew Holmes, is as smart as me and you, he's not smart like we. Them know everything you think of.
That's why them look wicked to me.
Yeah.
This is exactly why they look wicked to me, because the solution is not that hard. If the solution was hard like trigonometry, I hate maths, me stop at basic maths. So if it did go, the solution to this is like, it's like you have to work out a trigonometry problem, me would have said, boy, it takes somebody super intelligent to come up with stuff like that, and none of us could figure that out except for a trained mind. But to look at how simple these solutions are, you have to look at, okay, if it's that simple and him not do it, then there must be an ulterior motive. What is the ulterior motive? Go back to what we start talking about this morning then. Let's reel it back in, right? What is the ulterior motive to holding on to tons and tons of aid that came into the country? What is the ulterior motive to that?
The ulterior motive.
3.5 months going 4 months after the hurricane, people are still in dire need like the hurricane just licked them. What is the ulterior motive to holding on to aid that the people need? A set of people where you claim say you love, and you're part of, a Spanish town, right? Now let's start Spanish town, you go to school, I'm one of you. Okay, yeah, get to youth, a Spanish town, you go to school. That's what he said on his election campaign. What is the ulterior motive to holding on to aid that was given to you for free to the people of your country who need it?
Agreed. The man who want to keep the money, him no want to give as much money to people, him not much, want to give the resources to people where him not say significant, have no we call it now, emotional attachment to of helping. That is what it is. It's hopeful, because if you are prime minister right now and you the corrupt, just like the president you have right now, then you're not hit now.
Bro, listen, if I was prime minister right now, you see the whole of the aid when the tons of aid that came in, it would have done already. It would have done already, and the people them would have been saying to me after it done already, they would have been saying to me, then you can't get me some more. Because they would have done it. I would have done it already. What are you stockpiling it for?
I'm watching the SouFLo, and you have some people, you have some educated people on JLP side now. And then people come at the comments now. And the time, like I said, the man can't do better. What you know about running a country? What?
Bro, you see if the next election time come around and I see whole heap of people I get gifts and food package and all them something there. You see if the next election campaign come around and I that me see I go on. I swear, man, I'm going to say so much. I'm going to have so much to say. I pay attention, I'm one of them that's going to be paying attention the whole way. And I'm telling everybody to pay attention the whole way. Because I'm really trying to figure out, why are you holding on to stuff that was given to you for free? And the Prime Minister cannot come today and tell me, say, the tons and tons of aid that came into the country done already.
Hey, SouFLo, me? I appreciate America. It's a privilege to be here, because my country was not the worst to me now America give to me right now. You want to imagine my family there at Jamaica right now and so them take sick and stuff. You get what I'm trying to say?
I can't argue with you about that.
It's all about, yo, I tell this, I tell my wife, I say, yeah, I love Jamaica, it's me come from, I can touch on Papa and Jamaica, feel at home. I always feel at home, I say, shit, they're home, you know. Like push the front door, and then also I feel like they're at home from work. So I feel like I go to Jamaica. But here, I would never pack up right now and go to Jamaica if we're going to be a billionaire. And we can fly out and get certain things.
Privileges and certain things done.
Me not gonna pretend you if you want a break to go to Jamaica, but my fly come back in, but it better on the other side. If people want to hear about, oh yeah, hard way because you have 100 youth and you know try upgrade yourself. You stuck at one place. I do labor job, you know what I'm saying? You can try to go to school and learn another little trade, and you know what I mean? Stop complaining. You're in a place of opportunity to make use of it, and then. When I do after, when I try to advocate like how you advocate, say more my country better and make Jamaica better so we can go back to Jamaica then happy, have some nice hospital, healthcare system, have some nice everything down, food cheap, or we can afford it. You know what I mean? But come on, America, complain and then you same one, I'm making the Prime Minister walk on the down in the country. Now there's nothing. It's biasing.
I agree, bro. I agree. I can't even disagree. Me that actually I try find something to disagree with just now and I can't.
Yeah, Bridget, I'm tell you how home is. Some people come up to me and said, up here and said, yo, damn, go back home and say, yo, if that you want to do. They must say, how me so and so. Because I say, if you come back home, I'm going to live a worse life with come to resource and everything. You have to richly live at Jamaica because Jamaica spend all the day. I'm going to say, bomb no, sir.
Either that or if you're in there for the long run, you know you have to go. Like me find ways when we there at Jamaica to make my money stretch. So I won't even say that. But the money still left me fast same way. You know?
What?
Yeah, the money still left me fast same way. You can't go to Jamaica go live foreign life. You know, like there you say, oh, what's for dinner today? And I say, babe, I don't feel like cooking now. We say, all right, let's order out something or something. You can't live them the kind of life. There at Jamaica. You know, I remember the first time I go to Jamaica, I see the neighbor them like all the days I was staying in this one community. That's why I'm telling you, say there's different sides to Jamaica. I'm staying in this one community, right? And we realize why them have them infinity swimming pool, besides swimming pool, biggest swimming pool me ever see any which part in the world when me go. This swimming pool big, you frig is somewhere in St. Ann. I'm not gonna say where exactly. Most of you might know if you followed my blogs. The pool big, you're frig. But them have weight room, like a whole nice gym setup, and then them have one restaurant beside the swimming pool where you jump out of the restaurant and go order to your, them not cook nothing until you order it, so you cook right in front of you, and all this kind of thing. And this is not a foreign place. This is place where regular Jamaicans live. So I'm an Airbnb. So when I'm in there, and I'm looking at my see place, I said to myself, say, yo, if you know, say if we did live in here and people rent this out to Airbnb people, would have bex, you know. Soon as me think that, you know, brother, I remember a group of Airbnbers came and, you know, them loud and brawling with themselves and have vacation them Japan and they're enjoying Jamaica to the fullest. And then I remember a Jamaican guy came with his family and I actually heard him saying, no man, me can't do all this at work for reach, right? That's in a life which part me reach. And them have them kind of people around you. You know how hard the work to get up, but he wasn't saying it to us, he was saying it to who he was with. From inside our gym, but me did up on the pool deck, I hear them. And me I say, yo. But so me see the people them all the days I was there, the neighbor order out.
Yeah.
And me I say, wow, me see Pizza Hut being delivered. Me feel like say Miami me there. I saw Pizza Hut being delivered. I saw KFC and other things get delivered like each day. Me I said them people are no cook and them live different kind of life. Late in the night, me sit down on the veranda. Me I said, me I look one split and me I take the scenery set up on it nice at the foot of the hills and you turn around and look the way there, you see the sea behind you. Yeah, and me see woman out a door, I carry her dog like the little dog was a baby, a real life baby, and I walk through our neighborhood late night. And me I say, the Jamaican them where live the opposite of this don't even know that this type of life is here in their own land in Jamaica.
Yeah.
All me go at Jamaica for do is soak up inspiration. Some when me watch people, me can say, this me want for myself when me reach back at Jamaica, you know. Me want to walk my dog and hold him like a baby toy in the middle of the night. And me so confident, me not reach for no gun or nothing because the place well secured and it's nice over here and we have all these amenities. Yeah, brother, it's different. There are different levels to Jamaica.
It's
there are
so
different
cool.
levels to Jamaica.
Right? I said something, right?
Yeah.
My brother, my brother, and the woman back then open a restaurant down at Hanover side and so. Then the man looking at man, go scan out the place and no restaurant, the other area there. So the man say, yo, and do him thing, right? Says, man, do it. Oh God, man, about 15 restaurants string out on the same stretch. You know what I said? It's a real story, you know. My brother for pack up and say, yo, welcome to the business, man. Say, because man say, how do you say not pack up? So man say, yeah, man, you know, work out you because the whole of our customers, I'm a fact, people going in the community. The people who born and grow there, people are more perfect for feed them restaurants. You know what I mean? Kind of really know.
Kind of like
Jamaicans saying, why you see a man open up a restaurant and you go in and take up your food, you see it, you look at money now, you got to open some
right next to him.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of like when I tell you about Holland Bamboo. And I said Holland Bamboo is a landmark in Jamaica. See, I'm going to change the subject after this because I only have till 10:30 to be on here. Holland Bamboo is a landmark in Jamaica. And I said they could turn Holland Bamboo into a commerce center. And the people who live around there, so, and other people too, vendors, them can come out and line Holland Bamboo. So when you drive through Holland Bamboo, just think about this, right? The ambience, the canopy, how the bamboo them create that kind of tunnel thing that when you drive through it and stuff, fix the road nice in there so it's no bust tire. Because I drive through there already and the road bust my tire. I have to pull over and change tire, jack up car and change tire. But anyway, inside of Holland Bamboo, I envision little small cook shops, juice bar, arts and crafts being sold, all them kind of something there, services being done, everything. You know, Jamaica creative, we take we hand on fashion. All one can in there with braid, hair braiding shop. Because people just stop and get them hair braid in there, you know. Yeah, and these things. Now, what me see in a Holland Bamboo is this. Me drive up, me say everybody have one big bag of red sitting. And me never know what. And wife here say, appease you, did say, babe? Yeah, she appease them there. And me say, I no appease. And she say, yes, appease. So I when you stop and look close, you say appease. But watch this.
Appease it all?
Appease. Everybody, you know, line up in there beside each other, selling the same exact thing. Jackfruit and peas. That's it. Jackfruit and peas. All the way through. Jackfruit and peas. And anybody who have coconut, everybody next to them have coconut too. Where I sell coconut and ackee. Yo, coconut and ackee. Yo, coconut and ackee. So when you stop in there, everybody run come to you. Yo, buy something from it, you know. And I say, I buy the same thing from this man who next to you. Me can't buy. Jano, star. You know, I'm from morning, me there, you know, not even get a one sale. Hear me in my mind. Me I say, me can't say why. Because the whole I want to sit down next to each other and sell the same thing. And I'm wondering, like, damn, it make me like have a different look for my people them. You know what I'm saying? Because I said to myself, say, if my brother I sell fruits, me not gonna sit up next to him I sell fruits too. Him sell enough orange, so make me go get enough orange and sit down right next to him. So them have to buy from one away. If him run out of orange, then we buy from. How about you make a juice bar? Him sell the raw fruits, you make a juice bar. So when them buy the fruits them from him, you tell the people them say, oh, you can get fresh juice off of them fruits they right there, so you know. Like right next to him. Like we're not thinking, you know. Brother, we're not even we're lazy. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even say it's a new set of Jamaican because it's elder Jamaicans are doing it. I just saw the time.
I don't think we just want what the other man have.
Want what the other man have so bad.
Yes. Because I see people online, I got to go online talk about how Jamaicans are so kind. We tell the truth.
We can't go far enough.
Me live in Jamaica, we live in a different Jamaica. Some people talk, we make them talk about freedom Jamaica, but when we reach to talk, I talk about my Jamaica experience. I'm living there for good while. You know what I mean?
See it.
Somebody can trick me. That's my opinion. Because I mean, some people are telling me I'm calling them, but I hear them stories that something are true. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
True.
We don't love each other. That's how we don't pretend.
Like how we pretend. It sounds good to be patriotic, though, you know? Like, oh, me love Jamaica, you know? That sounds good. That sounds
good. But what is the reality?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so from the day I go and listen.
All right, my brother. Manners and respect, eh?
All right, big. Yeah.
All right, so listen, I'm gonna change the topic, right? Because we have till 10:30 this morning. I'm gonna say this again. I'm watching what's happening with all the stuff that was given. All the stuff was given to our government for free, and the people are still in need. All the stuff was given to them for free. Tons and tons and tons of aid was given for free. Hundreds and hundreds of generators. We track at least 800 for free. I'm watching to see because somebody suggested to me, them say, SouFLo, you know Andrew, why you think him say fourth term loading already? He said fourth term loading already because all of this stuff, the resources, they must sit down on it until it's time for election again. And that them are going to use and the money and buy out the next election. They're going to distribute stuff to people who are in dire need because by then the people them really are suffer. And them put on back the house top. So me I vote for them again. And them give me food because now we have food in the house, you know, along with around here suffer. I want to see if it's really true that that's going to happen. And I hope that's not what it is. Because if it is, me I going to call it out. Me I'll call it out. But I want you to know, and I want you all to not forget the people who the other day we were like, oh my God, we have to help them. Our people, you know, you're gone quiet too. But they're still in need. And yes, the government is doing little and nothing. Live on the air with SouFLo, good morning. Yeah, brother, what going on?
Yeah, man. I mean, you say I'll change topic, but as I said, the man do it because he can't get away because he don't have nobody to oppose him. You get the message?
Yeah, we'll change topic because we only have about 25 minutes left or so. 20 minutes left, actually.
Yeah, man. Indeed, because he can get away with it. But it's a solution. Mr. Rattigan have a thing where the OD, or they call OD, something like that, right? Where every single Jamaican who is interested can put $1 a day and get to work. So we can hold people feet to the fire. Check it out, man. That's a solution for the diaspora.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Me, Jamaican, you know, $1 a day. $1 a day if I'm representing.
You know what? I remember, I want to change the topic, you know, bro, but yeah, drag me foot. Like we need a next day for this, or more extended time, which I don't have today. But I remember when Mr. Patterson of the UIC, Mr. Patterson, when Mr. Patterson did try raise money, how the people them turned upon him. Like everything that Mr. Patterson was saying was good until he started to try to raise money. And one of the hardest things that he had to deal with was to convince Jamaican people it take money to actually run a successful political campaign. To make changes. Yeah, then him turn scam artist. Then them start slander him how him a scam artist and all these other things. So they moved on to somebody else now.
We're going to start a thing eventually. If any Jamaican interested in changing things, just consider $1 a day. 365 days for the year.
So now we're gone from this is Mr. Rattigan thing, or this is all right. So now we're gone from Mr. We're not talking about Mr. Rattigan, you know. We're talk about Mr. Of the UIC. When name again?
Yeah, Patterson.
Mr. Patterson. Right. So now we're gone from Patterson to Rattigan.
Yeah, man, Mr. Rattigan got that, man, where when poor people feed to the fire, care people go up court and time goes by. Check him out, man, believe me.
All right.
If any diaspora want to change things, work with a man, because the man they can get things, and I get to you.
All right.
I want to house you.
All right.
You understand? Check him out, man, check him out, do the homework. I'm going to do your homework.
All right, bro.
Yeah, man. But for the whole of Jamaica, as I said, my father always said the same as joining, man. You have to go behind the guy, go in front of me, sink you. So you see a child, look up for Jamaican people, them, this year and any. Look at the joining, man. So the same joining, man, you have to go behind him. Can you sink it? Another fact.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Manners.
All right, Uncle So. Yeah, man.
All right. He is not forming a party. He has organization. Yeah. I'll go check it out. Organization, party are the same thing, doses. I watch how they did Mr. Patterson. I watch how they did Mr. Patterson. And I watch a lot of people rally behind Mr. Patterson until money was asked for. And once money was asked for, everybody shoot out. And then even some of the same people started come tell me about why SouFLo me did believe in him, until, and feel like it's a fraud or guan and all this other stuff. I just start listening. But it kind of shows like we're looking for a savior, but we're not willing to fight beside that savior then. The savior have to come save everybody and make everything right by himself, kind of thing. I hear you, Mr. Bram. I hear you. I'll check him out. I'll see what he got going on. I'm just talking about how Mr. Patterson was done. Because you notice, even I was over here saying the UIC is not powerful enough. Some of you used to come tell me about UIC. Wait till the election come, because we are the sleeping lion, SouFLo. Some of they are right now, I look for me and don't make me point you out. I still remember you. You will see SouFLo. You will see. Wait till the election come. Lose and drag and lose because we have this and what happened? What happened? All right. Anyway, moving right along, right? Jamaica abandons Cuba under U.S. pressure. Not more like Jamaica abandons Cuba, it's more like the whole Caribbean has been forced to abandon Cuba. Just something I want you to be aware of, right? So, first I was looking at this one story first where it says, help Cuba. Because Cuba right now, the U.S. is leaning on Cuba really, really hard. Jamaica may be fearful to act on its own, but with its Caribbean community, CARICOM partners, it has a moral obligation to speak out and offer support to the Cuban people in the face of America's attempt at bludgeoning its government into submission by starvation. Not even Kamala Persad Bessier, the Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister, who has made a virtue of towing the line to Donald Trump, could in this instance deny CARICOM a consensus on the matter and be part of any effort to provide humanitarian assistance to Cubans, which should happen with urgency. Cuba and Jamaica are close neighbors. They're only 90 miles apart at their closest points, with different political systems, of course. Jamaica, like most of the other countries of CARICOM, is a two-party democracy. Cuba is a single-party socialist state led by a communist party. However, except for brief periods of tension, Jamaica and Cuba have enjoyed exceedingly good relations over the years. In any event, humanity does not know ideology. Now, for over 6 decades since the Cuban Missile Crisis, the United States, the world's most powerful country, has maintained an embargo on Cuba. America has severely limited trade and other forms of economic activities between the countries, and it has also used its powers to prevent other countries and firms from operating in or doing business with Cuba. So, even after the end of the Cold War, periodic slight thaws in relationships notwithstanding, not much has changed in the U.S. hardlines anti-communist posture towards Cuba. Isn't China a communist? Anyway, whatever may be policy, though, failing of the Cuban government, the American sanctions have been deleterious to Cuba's development, depriving it of access to a wide range of goods and services. Indeed, it is estimated that the embargo has cost Cuba somewhere in the 150 billion US dollars, contributing to the deterioration of the quality of ordinary life to ordinary Cubans. Now, Mr. Trump, the US president, and his Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, who is actually the son of anti-Castro Cuban immigrant parents of whom the matter is personal, they are further tightening the rope around Cuba's neck right now, hoping to affect the regime change. Already facing fuel shortage and problems with its old and unstable electricity grid that causes frequent and prolonged power losses, Cuba now has no oil to run its turbines. So since January, the Trump administration has sought to prevent shipments from heading into the country, threatening higher tariffs on goods of any country that deals with Cuba or tries to help them in any way. Cuba needs around 100,000 barrels of oil per day. This is the crisis. So the bulk of the oil came from Venezuela, but you just saw what happened to Venezuela, right? The US went into Venezuela, took out Maduro, and took control of Venezuela's oil. That means a Cuba oil supply lock-off. However, with the US effective control of Venezuela since Washington captured and rendition of the Venezuelan president Nicolas Maduro, Venezuela's shipments have halted. Supplies from Mexico now dribble into Cuba every now and then. Cuba has been hustling around the world for new suppliers to prevent the total collapse of its economy. In the modern world, this is not only an economic problem, it is a humanitarian crisis. Incubators in hospitals do not work, so babies are in jeopardy because of lack of power. Babies will die. So, too, do children and adults who need life-saving surgeries but doctors cannot operate. Hunger, malnutrition, and death usually follow when people cannot work, when factories go idle, or when farms produce less because they have to resort to primitive equipment rather than the petroleum-powered plows and tractors that they now use. A comparison of recent vintage is made of Gaza and oil. So, as was the case with Gaza, policy goals, as the office of Volker Turk, the UN's high rights chief, observed with respect to Cuba, cannot justify actions that in themselves violate human rights. The United States, in other words, is flouting international law, using ordinary Cubans as pawns in the fight against a regime that they hate. So, Jamaica, this is where Jamaica plays its part. As do other CARICOM countries, Jamaica has an obligation to decency and morality, to offer help to Cuba, not least to reciprocate for Havana's past and current support in tangible ways to the region. Despite the recent moves by Mr. Rubio for Caribbean governments to dismantle and rearrange the arrangements, many of the region's health systems would collapse without the presence of these Cuban doctors, nurses, health workers. Cuba, especially in better times, has been unselfish with its technical assistance to its neighbors. In Jamaica in the 1970s, Cuba gifted the island the G.C. Foster College for physical education and sports. Cuba gifted the island the Jose Marti Technical High School in St. Catherine, and Cuba gifted the island the Garvey Maceo High School in Clarendon. I never know none of that right there, so. I did not know that. Did y'all know that? In the 1970s, Cuba gifted Jamaica the G.C. Foster College for Physical Education and Sports, and gifted Jamaica the Jose Marti Technical School in St. Catherine, and gifted Jamaica the Garvey Maceo High School in Clarendon. Construction of a new campus for the Anchovy High School at Montpelier, St. James, was completed in 2015 after its abandonment in 1980 and a conversion into army barracks. Wow. Last October, In recognition of the wrongness of the US embargo, Jamaica's parliament, as it has done annually for years, passed a resolution calling for its removal. Symbolically, the Deputy Foreign Minister Alejandro Terrelong spoke in Spanish. You remember when Terrelong was speaking in Spanish, and then when named the face, the one that is on the, I can't remember his name. He was like, they shouldn't be in here in the House of Parliament speaking a language that I cannot understand. He had a problem with it. So the circumstances now demands more than symbolism, but it seems like Jamaica has turned its back on a friend that has always been there for it. That is the reading I just read to you from one article out of Cuba. Well, you know, this is when you say you are caught between a rock and a hard place. Because then you go over and look at the next, which was published yesterday. It says they're finally admitting it. Jamaica is hammering out new health MOU with Cuba. Now I'm going to run through this for you. We only have about 7 minutes left. Jamaica is negotiating its long-running medical cooperation program with Cuba amid renewed pressure from the United States of America. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton confirmed yesterday that while the previous Memorandum of Understanding, or the MOU, has expired, nearly 300 Cuban doctors and specialists continue to serve under existing contracts on the island. 300. I went and looked it up, and it said that up until June of 2025, before Marco Rubio came, he came March 26th, and he left on the 27th. And then months after, when we saw a lot of the Cuban medical staff leave, there were still in June 88 Cuban doctors and 199 nurses still in Jamaica, which Dr. Christopher Tufton said yesterday that they are still there. It's 287 of them are still there, to be exact. The only reason that they're still there is because if Jamaica get rid of them right now, see, what we're witnessing is Jamaica has promised the United States of America that we will get rid of them. Bear with us, please. We'll get rid of them. We just have to like outsource or find others, right? So we'll get rid of them slowly, because if we get rid of all of them right now, our entire healthcare system will collapse. Our entire healthcare system will collapse. The 300 Jamaicans who are in limbo in Cuba, that are nothing big. Them in a limbo in a Cuba because they're there taking advantage of stuff that Cuba. You see, that's another thing. That's Cuba being friendly to Jamaicans. They're there studying, right? Right. They're there studying, taking advantage of becoming medical professionals. And now with all this happening, like the US just told, I believe it was St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that they need to get their personnel out of Cuba and stop sending your students there to study medicine. Or was it St. Kitts and Nevis? Right. So Dr. Christopher Tufton confirmed that while the previous MOU has expired, there are still almost 300 Cuban medical staff members still in Jamaica. I looked it up, it's 287 of them. Still in effect. He said, we still have the Cuban workers here, you know. This is a negotiation. There's a negotiation going on though, he said. And it's taking place currently. And the old MOU has expired and some conversation have taken place, and that process is ongoing. It's lengthy and it's ongoing. No new MOU has been signed. And Tufton acknowledges that outstanding requests from Jamaica could jeopardize a final deal. He declined to disclose the specific requirements that are being sought. In other words, him now said to the public, well, the United States of America said we must XYZ, and in order for us to keep the Cubans, they would have to XYZ as well. They're not giving us, the peons, the fine details of what is happening. Just know said them I get rid of the Cuban them. But we're waiting, Dr. Christopher Tufton said, and so the program continues. The Cuban eye care program, the Cubans in hospital and health centers, they are doing work. Later, last year, scores of Cuban medics left Jamaica and returned home. You see, me telling us that them did left. Scores of Cuban medics left Jamaica and returned home, including a respected orthopedic surgeon who was at the Kingston Public Hospital, whose sudden departure left patients stunned. Some of them expressed sadness. One of them said, you know, he took the time to listen to the patients and he learned the patois so that he could actually understand the patients. And he would explain to them what was happening to them and how he would treat them. He did not rough up the people like some of the other people we have here. Because of that, his clinic was always full. And it would go on for very long. One hospital official who did not want to be identified by name said in an interview with the Gleaner, Jamaica's medical cooperation with Cuba stretches back over 50 years and has become a pillar in the public health system. In a March 30th, 2025 statement, Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson said that the program remains vital, noting that a review had begun before international scrutiny intensified. That scrutiny has sharpened since the return of US President Donald Trump to the White House in January of 2025. Washington has accused Cuba overseas medical missions of constituting forced labor and human trafficking, allegations repeatedly rejected by not just Jamaica, but by other Caribbean leaders, to which we do not want to hear it. Who are participating in any program risk complicity in labor abuses and urged these Caribbean states to pursue alternative methods of recruiting healthcare workers. The U.S. has also imposed visa restrictions on officials in the region. In 2025, the Grenadine Finance Minister Dennis Cornwall was among those targeted over what Washington described as involvement in the Cuban medical mission scheme. Similar pressure has been reported in Antigua and Barbuda and in St. Kitts and Nevis as well. Caribbean leaders have tried to push back forcefully. St. Lucia Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre said recently that the U.S. had told his country to stop sending its nationals to study medicine in Cuba. This is a claim that Washington later said that's not true. We never said that. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley declared last year that she would rather lose her visa than abandon the Cuban partnership. She rejects all the claims that the program amounts to human trafficking. Mottley is the only one that has stood up and said, take the visa. I don't mind. You don't have anything over there in America when we want. This is more about my people here at home. And if we let go of these Cuban doctors that basically hold up our healthcare system here, then my people here will suffer. Jamaica has also defended the program. Cuba has trained hundreds of Caribbean doctors, hundreds, and dentists under government scholarships since the 1970s, many of whom now serve across the region. And now that Cuba is in need of a little help, it seems like the entire Caribbean has turned against them. What says you? I have to end this video right now, but I would like for you to get in the comment section. Something I burn, get in the comment section and continue this conversation with each other. Should they stand with Cuba and do like Mia Motley, or is this a time where you are willing to justify when one friend turns its back on somebody who has been, or another friend who has been there for them throughout the years, unwaveringly? Leave your comments in the comment section below. We're gonna leave it right that's up. My granny Miss Ruby said be good. If you can't be good, be careful, but it's best to be good. And my grandfather, Mas Clevey, said, I will see you tomorrow, if God spare life. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow we will be here and we will make time to go a little bit longer tomorrow. We just did 2 hours and change just now, but you know how we think set already. Wanna walk good, be good. All right, I'm out.